Director for the Arizona Republican Party, Nathan Sproul. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So first of all, let's begin with your thoughts on this meeting yesterday and the president walking out and Democrats saying that they are not going to agree to fund the wall no matter what.
Yeah, the Democrats seem to be dug in. They seem to be intransigent on the issue. And I think the longer this goes on, the more it plays in the president's favor.
In terms of the president heading to the southern border today, do you think that's going to make any sort of difference? I mean, you're down there in Arizona. What can you expect he will see?
I think when somebody goes to the border, they see the crisis that is the border. Ranchers, farmers, people that have to deal with the illegal immigration problem on a daily basis know what kind of difficulties it causes them. And so I think what the president is going to see and what he's going to be exposed to is what he already knows, which is we have a humanitarian crisis, we have a border security crisis, and something needs to be done.
You know, we can bring this up. The president tweeted out yesterday about this wasted meeting with the Democrats and said that, you know, he just left this meeting with Chuck and Nancy, a total waste of time. He asked, you know, what is going to happen in 30 days? If I quickly open things up, are you going to approve border security, which includes a wall or steel barrier, some negotiation there? Nancy said no, and he said bye-bye, and he walked out.
Yeah, and I think the room for negotiation is maybe not between whether it's a brick wall or a steel barrier wall, but whether it's a smart fence, whether there's room, as you said earlier in the show, for dreamers, whether there's room for more humanitarian aid on the border. All those things are issues that the Democrats should be pushing for. And frankly, when they use the term immoral when referring to building a wall, it's immoral that they're not pushing for some of these other issues as well that could be done to make the border more secure and, frankly, more humane.
Let's listen to what McCarthy had to say on the meeting yesterday.
The way they have displayed and their behavior is embarrassing to me. And the way to come out to this floor and talk about a meeting in a manner that did not take place in there is disturbing to me.
You know, Americans watching this unfold, and, you know, it is embarrassing.
It is. And as somebody who's looked at polling on this issue for the better part of a decade, Americans are very clear as to what they want. They want border security. 60-70% of Americans want border security, but they also want there to be humanitarian resolution of the issue, whether that's guest worker permits, whether that's helping dreamers go to the front of the line for citizenship, whether that's more humanitarian aid on the border. That's where America is. And I think Schumer and Pelosi are very misguided in their intransigence on digging in their heels at this point when they could be looking to get a deal with this president.
Yeah, let's let them speak for themselves. Here's what they had to say.
It's cold out here, and the temperature wasn't much warmer in the Situation Room. This was
really, really unfortunate, and in my judgment, somewhat unbecoming of a presidency.
You know, and we keep bringing this up, basically all the shows bringing it up at this point. You know, Chuck Schumer supported this back in 2006, 2013 as well. So the big difference now really is that President Trump is the one in office.
Right. It's Trump derangement syndrome. All they are worried about right now is appealing to their base and showing their base that they can hand Trump a loss. And the problem for that is that the American people are the losers in that situation.
Yeah, and all those federal workers who are now working without pay, although hopefully they will all receive back pay eventually. Thank you so much for joining us, Nathan. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right. Big day down on the southern border.